This time last year, I was beginning the process of drying up my breast milk. And boy, let me tell you, it's a journey. So I will say I was very smart and I made a good decision at starting early. I knew in my mind around the 1 year mark I wanted to stop. You know, it could be 12 months, it could be 14 months, but I wanted it to be whenever I knew like, okay, today's the day I'm gonna stop, that it wasn't going to be this big deal about drying my breast milk up and it being overly painful. Like, I knew I wanted to gradually wean myself from pumping. So I did just that. I stopped pumping like mid-May of last year. I began the drying process in February, like the end of February. So right after I had my son, right when my breast milk came in, I started pumping 4 times a day and breastfeeding on top of that. So sometimes he'd nurse once a day, sometimes twice a day. Regardless, I was pumping 4 times a day every single day. So whenever February rolled around, I decided to drop a pump. So then I was just pumping 3 times a day, every day for like a month, whenever my body felt fully adjusted. And then around March, I dropped from 3 to 2. And buddy, that was the hard one. That was so hard not doing a middle of the day pump, because I would pump right when I woke up in the morning, and then I decided to skip the middle of the day pump, and then I pumped at night. Dropping from 4 to 3 was a piece of cake, but 3 to 2, oh my gosh, I thought I could chop them off. They were so freaking hard and painful. So dropping from 3 to 2 is a big deal. I did have to pump a little bit in the middle of the day just because I was in so much pain. But after several days, I did get adjusted, and then I was pumping twice a day for well over a month, and then I dropped to just once a day. So it took me from February to May to go from 4 pumps a day down to 1, and then one day I was just like, I'm gonna be done today. And it wasn't a big deal, and it wasn't hard. So if you know roughly when you think you're gonna maybe want to stop, then I would say start a few months in advance, because if you're someone who pumps multiple times a day, breastfeed multiple times a day, like, you got a lot of milk producing all the time. Just know it takes time, and you don't want to be overly uncomfortable, because that crap freaking hurts. So do yourself a favor and start early.